There are so many, I'm going to get this from my niece, Flora. There are so many great examples for kids and for we adults as well. Who taught you about these ideas initially and how to give back to the community?
Most kids learn everything in life from their parents, from the examples their parents set. And for me, it was from my mother. She was a nurse in a hospital, and I know that she served people in the hospital. But my mom was also the nurse to our community. In every neighborhood she lived in, when neighbors were sick, even people she didn't know, they would come knock on my mother's door and ask for help. I remember trying to reach her one day. It was very important. The Senate was voting on my nomination to the Court of Appeals of New York, and I couldn't reach her. And when I finally did, I found out that she had been visiting a neighbor who was ill, and every morning she would go and give him his medication. That was a constant story. But I had a grandmother who cooked and fed neighbors who had fallen on hard times. I have an aunt who lived in the South Bronx. She had hardly no resources. But my aunt, for big holidays, would always go into her kitchen and my mother's kitchen, and they would sort out food to give to those who were less fortunate than they were. My family set an example for me of the small ways that I could participate in making the world better. As I grew up, I learned about the bigger ways, and this book, Just Help, suggests to children there are so many varied ways in which they can participate in improving the world. Yes, they can collect food and give it to people who need it. They can take they can take their toys that they don't use and give it to people who could use them. They can do things like recycling. It's something very simple that we all can do and help improve the environment of the world. They can encourage adults to vote. There are so many other ways in which we can make a difference in the world, and I want kids to understand their power to do so.